to our man BMW camshaft-less MEC engine course. We are talking about MOP and LOP. This is module 5 in the series. In the chapter 5, module 5, we were doing navigation bar maintenance. That I had divided in two parts. First part I had already covered. This is the second part of maintenance navigation bar. In this function test and troubleshooting, will go through. Understand what is the meaning of function test, what all function tests we carry out, and what all troubleshooting we can carry out in this navigation bar. Okay. Function test. Function test. Video number 5 or 6, I don't know why. 4.2, module 4.2. Function test has test tab consists of three tabs. Actually, there are three tabs here: HCU, TACO, and HPS. Many ships you will not find this. Many things you will find this. These are tabs, not the sub navigation bar. Sub navigation bar is already we are on function test. Is a sub navigation bar of maintenance. In this maintenance function test, you have three tabs, which are on alarm, and the next one tabs: HCU, TACO, and HPS. When you go on the HCU, this is actually a function test. You can start this, let's say, test of fuel valve and calibration of fuel plunger. You have replaced fuel valve or you've done some work, whatever. You can test the fuel valve now and test its functioning. So, of course, it has to be done when the ship is stopped. There is a method. Changing to test mode will stop the MPC from controlling the system, of course. So, whenever you go to the test mode, that MPC will not be controlling anymore. All right. So, the method is shown here is start CCU in test mode. Set CCU in test mode. All right. Make an injection and evaluate sound. All right. Verify FIVA position, channel 30. This value will be something between here and here. Then you go and check on the channel 30. Verify fuel plunger position, channel 31. CCU, value should be so and so. Verify FIVA amplifier, channel 33. Value should be so and so. All these things mentioned here. So, easy. All these things, information is given what is to be done. So just follow that. Also, of course, read the manual. And here also, after reading the manual, you have done doubt. This is already mentioned. Then if some doubt come, you can check again. Very user friendly. So this screen gives a tool to the engineers to test the function of the SCU, HPS, and TACO system. It is important that when a fuel plunger sensor is replaced, maybe fuel plunger sensor is replaced, need to be recalibrated. Some preparation needs to be carried out before commencing the actual function test. The MOP, of course, must be in chief axis level and engine must be stopped, naturally. Ignore the alarm when MPC in test mode. Naturally, see, whenever MPC in test mode, alarm will come. So you have to ignore it because you have done it. You know what you are doing. So you have put the MPC in the test mode. That's why his alarm is coming. So HCU function test is, actually the list is longer. Only little list I have shown you. that which can come on the single screen. That is by a scroll bar. You can see right side there is a scroll bar. You load down, come down, you will see a whole list of items. You can print out that list or whatever. Many things you can do. You can take out print out when you're working. Preparation for the SCU test. Presenting the start button will begin the test. Test is talking about, not the engine start. Start on the test. Function test. Follow the steps on the screen. The test will verify that the fuel or pressure booster and the exhaust fuel actuator are functioning as expected. That is the function test. Function of FOPB and fuel exhaust fuel actuator. Therefore, one of the engineer must be asked to stand at the engine top near the unit, whichever unit you are testing. One of the engineer must be there. Fuel pressure must be present. Of course, fuel pressure must be present. If one injection will be made, and duty or engineer whoever is standing there, he can be able to hear the sound. You know how the injection takes place. We all test, check the fuel pipes and know that this unit injection is taking place. That's why. If the CCU MPC was not in test mode, when the start button is pressed, the engineer must switch it to test mode and reboot the MPC. All right. The CCU MPC was not in the test mode when the start button is pressed. Let's say you press the start button early. So now you must switch it to the test mode, put it to the test mode, and reboot the MPC. Once the MPC has been rebooted, the function test will continue. Rebooting is what? Put the power off and power on again. In this test, FIVA will make one injection. Fuel move, fuel pump is running. As the fuel moves up, plunger of the FOPB moves up. Whatever fuel oil on top, that will go and inject whichever unit you are doing the test, and sound will come. And this injection will be verified by the engineer present on the top of the engine by filling the fuel injection pipe, the shock wave. It feels. For testing the exhaust valve component, FIO will activate the respective exhaust valve once. This is verified by the engineer by listening the sound thump, because the exhaust valve will open. Thump. Sound will come, no? Thumping sound of the exhaust valve opening and closing. The test values are listed on the blue background in the far right column. Test value written when function test is finished, and will under normal circumstances must be within this default range. Reference range listed next to the test value column. You can compare. Test is completed. Getting the us to go on ME ships, ME engine, isn't it? Yes. TACO equipment. TACO system allows for the verification of the engine angles of the TACO pickups and angle encoder, fine adjustment of certain parameters. Preparation. Pre-test start. Some preparation has to be done. Press start and follow the instructions on the screen. Make sure that one of the engineers is there to operate turning gear and verify the crankshaft position. Is it? Okay. Turn the engine to 10 degree before TDC at assembly number 1. Reference value will be AFF, BFF something. Some value will be shown here. Reboot CCU and ECU. Turn engine in right direction to 2 degrees after TDC. After TDC cylinder 1 number 1. This is before, no? Then 2 degree after TDC. Some value will come. Turn in I direction 47 degrees TDC. Some value will come. Turn in I direction to 92 degree after TDC. Some value will come. Turn engine I direction 137. Some value will come. Okay. So this value, reference value, you wrote down your test value. These are reference value. Fine adjustment parameter. This pre-start test. All this you carry out. So during the test, the following in displayed on the screen. A, B, what I have written something there, no? EFFT, BFF something. If the crank has been turned to the prescribed angle when the background is blue, then the value is correct. Continue to next. Yellow background. If the crank has been turned to the prescribed angle 47 degree after TDC cylinder 1 and the background is still yellow, then the test has failed. Here it is showing only blue, but when you do the test, this color will change. Continuation of the test is not possible. Pressing the details button, specific information regarding the failure will be told. Why it has failed? Check and adjust the tacho arrangement. So X in this test can be T or F. A, T, F, B, F, T or something. So it will tell you. All right. Next module 4.2, next video. I don't know number, I forgot. Setting of the fine adjustment parameter. As indicated on the screen, a certain minimum engine speed is required in order for the main engine system to measure a correct delta taco B value. Some value needs to be there. The trigger offset ahead value that is to be entered must be taken from the PMI equipment. This value be given by the PMI equipment. The trigger offset ahead value is not measured by the ME system. That is why a PMI 0O diagram is required as part of the setting of the final taco parameter. So your PMI computer must be connected and that value has to be taken from the PMI computer. All right, they will work in conjunction. So it will take value from there. MB system does not, it says that it does not calculate that value. That value has to be provided to it. All right. For example, here, setting of the fine adjustment. Perform PMI, your Euro diagram. Minimum required for varied measurement delta T co B more than 92 RPM. Delta T co B max measurement, blah blah blah. And the trigger offset ahead and setting of ACS equivalent. So whatever test this, once you have done it, I have not done it to be honest. So I cannot really tell you now. When I go on the ship, then only I can do it and be more helpful. All right. HPS. The HPS function test is carried out to test and calibrate the hydraulic pump. Tone of the starter pump should be in local. Starter pump should be local control and running, so that the necessary hydraulic pressure can be maintained. Switch is talking about switch actually, not tone. Okay, as can be seen, up to 5 pumps can be calibrated. 1, 2, 3. All the pumps he is giving. So let's say we'll do number one pump. Start one HPS pump. Start a pump in local control. Okay. Start a pump only we can start. Test. Set ACU1 into test mode. Order switch plate to full ahead. Verify switch plate feedback channel 84. Order switch plate to full stun. Verify switch plate channel 84. Save calibration. Start ACU1 in normal mode. Test mode is talking about. So that way, number one, number two, number three, you can see all switch plate they're moving as required. Press start and follow the instruction on the screen. One of the engineer must be standing at the pump to check the switch plate angle. During the test, the following shown on the screen: XMA value, milliamps, value okay, go to the next step, X milliamp, red black, value is outside the measurement value, 4 to 20 milliamps. Continuation of the test is not possible. Check the sensor and cables. These are the fault where a fault may occur. Value differentiates from the reference value. Continuation of the test is not possible. Check the sensor. If all steps are satisfactory, calibration of the specific pump is carried out by pressing save. The test is considered by rebooting the MPC back to normal. So this you control, ACU controlling this pump, that pump, you continue. But hydraulic pump must be running engine, electric driven. Troubleshooting. screen used for performing troubleshooting on the hydraulic cylinder unit, SCU, and hydraulic power system. Its HCU events. These also not on ship. Many ships are there, many ships is not there. And HPS events are used to show the actual movement of fever valve, plunger position, exhaust valve movement, and swash plate position in graph. What is this actually? What is the meaning of HCU event? That is, it is keeping a record of the events which is taking place in the HCU. That is the movement of the fever valve. So and so load, so and so was the stroke of the fever valve. HPS event. So basically, it's a record of the events. Just like you remember, we used to have performance curve, shop trial, and then those record we used to compare with our performances and see whether our performance is deteriorated or still same, something like that. Similarly, these events can be there, are recorded there for a long time, and you can download them from time to time at so and so different loads and compare when the situation arises. For example, there are four tabs: SCU, HPS, SCU event, HPS event, SCU, HPS event, SCU event, and HPS event. Here, when you're running an SCU, number two, MPC is normal, various values are being shown. This is the actual value. PO amplifier, channel 20, these values are being shown. All right. So you check, we can compare what was the last time and what values you are getting now. Fuel plunger position. On this screen, FIVA activation can be performed to execute fuel plunger and exhaust valve movement to check whether the system is working correctly. So in this screen, FIVA activation can be performed. So this value will be shown, which I was showing in the last screen. When you go to HPS, on this screen, the swash plate position for the each pump can be regulated to check whether the system is working correctly. You can actually give desired angle. SCU and HPS events only available in MOPB. These screens are an aid for the engineers and are used to monitor, as I said, an actual movement of the SCU and HPS related signals. For example, used to identify trouble in case of malfunction, electrical and mechanical component. You doubt what is happening. So you compare value at present, the value in the past of the HCU event or HPS event which is saved on the system. So these are your past events. All right. It is recommended to take manual SCU and HPS event log from time to time. You have to take it. When no problem or malfunction are present. Engine running normal, 70% load, 80% load, 100% load, which is normally you run, 50% load. You take. Even stun also. Sometimes you can take. Like what in older days, engineers should take note for all pressure. Earlier also, remember, we should note down all pressure, temperature, all current of different motors. So in case something happens, we check, oh, last time when everything was normal, these were the parameter. Now these are the parameter. What is the possible reason? We'll find out. Similarly that. It is of interest to note that COCOA's EDS is not part of the ACS. It's a separate system. It is an essential tool with regard to troubleshooting and diagnostics. Therefore, it is important that COCOA's EDS is running correctly and that the connection is functioning all time. This is also important. And basically, these are administration activities which you carry out, set time and version. At the set time screen, set the operation can set time for UTC or local time or whatever level, set time to offset for local time. C can also choose what time to display MOP, UTC or local time. Normally you write local time, you set local time. So this is up to you. Set time admin. Of course, chief mode. Alarms and logs are recorded with both local time and time and date, DTC, UTC time and date, regardless of which time date is selected. The local time we have set, alarm value will be shown UTC and local time. UTC, universal time coordinate, which we used to call GMT earlier. All right. Last video 4.2 module. Last video 4.2 module. This is the version number. This screen displays the version type of ECS controlling the main engine. It displays in table format all the controllers that comprise the system, including specific information relating to each controller. So this value is etc. are given. It's a good idea to note down what version is there on your ship system. You can always check also. Sometimes they change the version and offer to the ship owner. Up to the ship owner, what do you new version or continue with the old version? Naturally, money will be involved. All right. This all, of course, can be seen. Of course, you to change the software, it had to be done when the engine is stopped. Import. Power. Some you can see in the lower bottom there is a switch. Power off. MOP is like a window PC operating system, a window XP. Power off will have the same effect as shutting off the power of a PC. Obviously, putting or shutting down the MOP will have no effect on running of the engine. Remember first slide I have shown you? MOP, data signal, analog signal, etc. going to MPC. Then alarm, software, safety, remote and all coming to controller. Once command has gone to MPCs, MOP is off. Controller doing their work. So MOP will have no effect. Of course, you cannot enter and change any parameter. Or cannot see also because MOP is not there. Okay. You cannot see any parameter, neither you can change any parameter, but you can put it off. All right. Access. Once again, I am repeating, access is a two level, operator level and chief level. From the access to operator level, no parameter can be changed or set. Operator can only see status of the existing parameters required for operation and keep a check for monitoring purpose only. Mostly when the vessel is at sea, this will be the screen. This will be operator level only. You don't need to every time you need chief. Don't need chief level. What for? If chief engineer says change this parameter, then you go to chief level. Otherwise, there is hardly any need. Maybe for 1 month, 2 months, you will not be going to chief level. Of course, not every 2, 3 months. Every month you take performance, more or less, or 1.5 months maximum. That time you have to go to chief level, change mode. All right. At chief level, engineer has when at chief level can set parameters, change engine running mode, and change engine state also. Of course, a password is required to get access to the chief level. Password is hardwired, remember. Meaning of hardwire is password cannot be changed, and no matter how many times you enter the wrong password, your PC will not get locked. All right. And password is BATOIT. BATOIT. It is the same for all ship. And the reason I told you why it is same for all ship. All right. So that's the end of this module 4.2. All right. Thank you.